we will keep the heavier stuff for the arrival of our keynote speaker and our chairperson of the occasion. So, where's our publicity secretary? Thank you to the registration table, bright and early, 5 minutes to 8 o'clock. They were ready and waiting for us. I see publicity secretary. Please, can you come and start the proceedings of the day?
I've been on the phone since. I've not seen you. Look at me, I'm waiting. You need to leave. Yesterday that's the same thing happened. Let's try it.
Can we put our phones on silent mode, please? So that we hear the very important things that will be discussed today without interruptions. Thank you.
Good morning, sisters. Good morning, sisters. Good morning. Well, I should add brothers so that they will answer me since my sisters are not answering me. Good morning, sisters. Good morning. Welcome to the 5th annual AGM of our great association. Before I start, let me just apologize send apologies for our BOT chair, who is unavoidably absent to this AGM, and also for our SecGen, who for very, very obvious reasons will not be joining us. So those two, we have their apologies. Please, the annual general meeting has been called to order. I would like us to stand and as you recognize, as we take the national anthem, please. Please, I want to believe all of us in this room who've registered for the AGM. Have you done your registrations? Please make sure you do it before you sit. Are you ready?
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribes of medieval, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace all battle honored, and this we count us in. Unto our children, abandon without sin. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build our nation where no man is oppressed, and so in peace and plenty Nigeria may be blessed. Amen.
All right. We are starting a bit late. We've taken some minutes off our time, but we'd like to thank everyone who has made it into this 5th annual general meeting. Once again, I would like to ask that we stand for the Abuloma anthem.
Tramps and mighty layout stands the seat of education, Federal Girls College. Labor up, pro unitate. Labor up, pro unitate. On the road to Abuloma, Federal Girls College stands.
Is there anybody that wants to do the second stanza? For the benefit of the people that didn't even really meet this song, maybe it would be nice for us to do Hail Abuloma. Do you agree? So that everybody gets. For Gen Z's like MP, please let's do the Hail Abuloma. I'm sorry. Do you have other? We can do it. We can do it with them all. It's in the program, please. Yes. At the count of 3, please, we'll take Hail Abuloma. It's on page 5, please. Sons of our hope, fountain of truth and conscience, mother of science, home of the earth, we owe you love and reverence, center of love and unity, when knowledge flows in abundance, pride of a state and nation, where wisdom flows without hindrance, where learners learn and teachers sit. Federal Government Girls College Abuloma. Thank you, sisters. I saw all the ancestors reading from the book. At least for once, there's one thing that we know Abuloma better than you. You know, when you oppress us with Mrs. Agu, we just be like, hey, how did you miss this, Mrs. Agu? Thank you so much. We would like I don't know who is the youngest person in the room to take the opening prayer. Who is the youngest in the room? What set, Crown? What set? Sorry. 2009. Where's 2016? In the room. So I think for now it's 2009 that's the youngest now. Crown, that's you, no? Please come.
Let us rise. Our Father, we thank you for another day, another opportunity, another year. We ask, oh God, that you guide us in our deliberations and whatever we have to do here as we journey together as sisters. May we continue the sisterhood and our deliberations to lead our school forward in Jesus' name.
Any of our Muslim sisters in the room? Is Nahawa here yet? So, please, let's take the prayer. It's a unity school. Let's not forget that.
Okay. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful, we thank Allah for gathering us together for no other purpose but for the knowledge we've been impacted with, and God has brought us together to become sisters. Thank you, and may God bless each and every one of us who have contributed in one way or the other. May we all live together and have a happy deliberation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you. Once again, welcome everyone to the 5th Annual General Meeting of FGGC Abuloma Old Girls Association. We'll just quickly do the introductions so that we can get to the business of the day. Like I mentioned earlier, the chairperson of the BOT will be unavoidably absent at this 5th Annual General Meeting. But we would like to recognize the Secretary of the Board of Trustees, Senior Orieji Uduma, class of 1989. Sitting right beside Senior Orieji, a senior doctor, which one should I put first? Senior doctor, senior, Senior Chinyere Amona, please let's. All the way from Abuja, let's make welcome Senior Bongo Fayo Amado-san. So we'll continue the introduction as our BOT members get into the room. While we were taking the anthem, the chairperson of the event walked in, the delectable, ever smiling Mrs. Itosobe. Please let us just give us a queenly wave. Yesterday, Senior Choma Afe shook the table. To shake the table, if possible, break it. Today, let's make welcome our keynote speaker for the day, Senior Onyinye. Please give us a queenly wave. So good to see you, ma'am. Welcome. All right, we have in our midst the members of the National Executive ESCO. Let me start by myself. My name is Choma Anue, and I will be your anchor for today, National PRO. Also with us is the MVP. Sometimes when I want to call her MVP, I think I should call her MVP, the most valuable player. Let's make welcome Senior Domo, our National Vice. We have manning the table, our CBN Governor, Senior Sylvia. Please, that's Sylvia, give us a queenly wave there. Joining her to man the registration table is none other than Senior Nneka, our Welfare Secretary. I need us to clap for her more. You know, all the knowledge sharing sessions that she has held. Thank you so much, Senior Nneka. Thank you for all that you do. And while we wait for others to join us, it is time to recognize. They call her national, but we've changed it to global. Let's make welcome our global president, Senior Itoro. With us, while I think I only see one chairperson in the Senior Hawa chapter chair for Kaduna chapter. Please, let's celebrate Senior Hawa. Oh, thank God today it has changed from Primrose. So it's 1985 we'll be hearing today. All right. Also, I'm no chapter chair here yet. Want to recognize all the chapter chairpersons. Thank you for holding down the chapters, for your commitment, your sacrifice. In fact, yesterday when 2 chapter chairpersons won, we actually celebrated it. God just has a way of rewarding hard work. So we were really happy, excited that Bayelsa and Port Harcourt, I wish they had more to give other chapters. A lot of work go on in manning the chapter front. So let's celebrate them in their absence and hope that they join us soon. So all the members, all their team members here, we see you, we celebrate you, because without you, the work that they are doing there will not be done. So if you are an ESCO of a chapter here, please let's celebrate them. Let's celebrate them. To all the set reps that take the bullets from their platforms, we see you, because, you know, when you say sometimes, I don't know, my set rep is not here. Sometimes I'm there quietly and she just drops one announcement. Everybody starts attacking her. What do you mean? Explain. National what? This is. So we see you and we say thank you for taking the bullet on our behalf. Thank you so much. Thank you. To the very reason why we are here, and without you, there won't even be, this ESCO will not be able to function. Let us celebrate ourselves, sisters. If I had called this meeting and you're not here, I don't know what the ESCO will be doing or the BOT will be doing. But let me celebrate one person that has worked so hard. In fact, sometimes you send her a message by 3 a.m. and she answers, I'll be like, is she not sleeping? So every time you send her a message about this period, most of us in this room will agree she has been, let me use my yesterday's word, fab and amazing. Please, let's give it up for the LOC chair, Senior Titi, class of 86. I don't know how many of you have noticed, even with the pressure, when you approach her to ask for something, she just smiles and gives, even under so much pressure. Senior Titi, thank you so much. Thank you for what you have done throughout this AGM. MP, do we go ahead and take introductions? Do we have that time, luxury of time? Can we do that? Okay. So aside the people I've introduced, I think we can just go ahead and take other sisters. So let's just quickly introduce ourselves. before the latecomers join us.
Lara Lawal, class of 90. Primrose House, all Primrose.
Joyce Daniels, class of 97, Bluebell House.
Hilda Okedeto, class of 96, Primrose House.
Bonsome Walton, class of 97, Bluebell House.
Thompson Imamaimi, class of 97, Lavender House.
Onye Machuku, 97, Primrose.
Yes, finally.
Sotoye Amakri, I was Sotoye Charles Granville, Primrose House. Class of 96.
Joy Onuku, Lavender House, class of 95.
Nene Iroha, Alamanda House, 2001 set.
Gacy Amakoromo, 92 set, Bluebell House.
Apollonia Okimame, 1985 set, Alamanda House.
DJ Proud.
Chinazom Izwara, 2009, Jasmine House.
Morning, everybody. Ugochi Wachuku, 90 set, Jasmine House.
Crown Amakri, Lily House, 2009 set.
King Bajax, Aloe Vera House, 2006 set.
Good morning, sisters. Tara Lakia, 1989 set, Jasmine House.
Augusta Mboho, I started as Jasmine and finished as Lavender. 1994.
Fola Shade, 1994, Bluebell House.
Flora Tubonimi, Primrose House, 89.
Uzo Shogwe, Primrose House, 1984 set.
My name is Ugochi Obi, 90 sets, the VP for Lagos chapter. And I'm in the best house. I was in the best house ever. Jasmine House, the happening house. Thank you.
Good morning, sisters. My name is Hawa Abubakar Yamusa, 85 sets, Bluebell House.
The land is green. Dr. Chinyere Albona, Jasmine, 86 sets.
Bogofanyu Amadasun, class of 1982, Alamanda House.
Good morning, everyone. Onyinye Ikenameka, formerly Onyinye Onu. The best house, like Primrose House, class of 90.
Good morning, everyone, and beautiful sisters. I am Itosobo Eben Spiff, now Egba. The beautiful, blooming Alamanda House.
Only you came over. You are.
So, so not just to, when we celebrate Primrose, I want to remind you some of the reasons why we celebrate Primrose. If you have ever been standing during assembly and you're pressed and you want to ease yourself, you will appreciate why we celebrate Primrose House. If you have ever run into Primrose House to go and ease yourself, you will celebrate Primrose House. I have a witness. Please testify, sister. Thank you. Thank you. Is there anybody in the room that hasn't introduced so that we move on? Oh, I see. Her Royal Majesty.
Good morning, Sisters for Life. The name is Ine Fetepigi. Now Serena Dokubo. Alamanda House. Set of 85. We bring the sunshine. Primrose girls. At this stage of our lives, you know that you should do one for the road. And I learned it since Abuloma. So I did my one for the road, so I didn't have to run into Primrose.
Hey! Snowing, I just wanted to say bad belly, but I won't say it because you're my senior. I won't say it. All right. You know that this first session we'll have to quickly run to it because when we get to AGM, Abuloma girls speak a lot of English, so we have to really speed up this part. So to give us the opening remark, please make welcome our national president, our global president, Senior Itoro.
Thank you, Nat Pro. Good morning again, sisters. Let me stand to the side. Our keynote speaker, chairperson of the plenary, my esteemed trustees, sisters, on behalf, no, not just sisters, the chapter chairpersons and the executives, sisters from out of town, and Lagos chapter sisters, on behalf of the National Executive Committee of our great association, it is with immense pride and joy that I welcome you all to the 5th Annual General Meeting of Federal Government Girls College Abuloma All Girls Association. As the national president, I am truly honored to be in the company of such remarkable women, each committed to making a difference in the communities and beyond. This year, we are gathered under the inspiring theme, Uniting for Growth, Development in a Diverse and Changing Environment. This theme reflects the essence of our journey as alumni, not just celebrating our past at FGGC Abuloma, not just celebrating our past at FGGC Abuloma, but also embracing the opportunities and challenges that lie ahead in our diverse and dynamic world. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge our esteemed chairperson for the plenary, Mrs. Itosobo Egba, an alumna of the 1988 set. Your leadership and dedication to our association has been invaluable, and we are grateful for your commitment to guiding our discussions today. We are also honored to have Mrs. Onyinye Ikenna-Emeka as our keynote speaker. Onyinye is an alumna of the 1990 set and currently the Chief Broadband Officer at MTN Nigeria. Mrs. Ikenna-Emeka's wealth of experience and insights will undoubtedly enrich our conversations and inspire us to think boldly about our roles in this ever-evolving landscape. Thank you, Tosabo, and thank you, Onyinye. As we gather here, we celebrate not only our individual strengths and achievements, but also our collective strength as a diverse group of women. Each one of us brings unique perspectives. Yes. NatFinSec, National Financial Secretary, your voice is carrying to our audience online. Thank you. We each bring unique perspectives, talents, and insights that enrich our association. It is through this diversity that we can foster innovation, drive progress, and create sustainable growth for ourselves and our communities. This AGM provides us with an incredible opportunity to engage in meaningful discussions, share our stories, and explore new avenues for collaboration. I encourage each of you to actively participate as your voice matters in shaping our future. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all members of the association for your unwavering support and dedication. Your commitment is vital to ensuring that we continue to be a force for good in society, empowering one another as we navigate this diverse and changing world. As we embark on this new chapter together, let us remember that our unity is our strength. Together, we can navigate the complexities of our diverse environments and emerge stronger, more resilient, and more impactful than ever before. Thank you for being here. Thank you for believing in our mission. Thank you for your continued commitment to FGGC Abuloma OGA Association. I look forward to an inspiring and a fruitful AGM. With warm regards, Itoro. Thank you.
Thank you, MP. As you have thanked us, we also want to thank you for leading from the front. 2 days ago, MP was awake till like 4 a.m. working with the legal people. Thank you so much, Ma, for all that you do for the association. The sacrifice is enormous. Please let's make welcome our keynote speaker, our chairperson for the day, and the person of Mrs. Itosobo Eba for her speech. Class of 88, you're not here to. Thank you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, my dear national and global president and her vice. Good morning, my distinguished guest speaker, all stakeholders, and I'm standing on all protocols observed this morning. You're all welcome. I am honored to welcome you all to our 5th annual general meeting today. As we gather to reflect on the past year and look forward to the future, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to each and every one of you for your continued support and commitment to our organization. The past year has been an interesting one in our country and even in our association. From the last AGM in Port Harcourt, we have observed our association's growth and challenges through the activities of the executives and our members. For example, our vibrant board of trustees, working with the national executive officers this year, introduced the meetings with each chapter at the beginning of the year to go through the chapter's calendar for the year, its finances, etc., and all to ensure each chapter is well run and is giving value to its members as well. They also have the media reviews to follow up. This has translated into better run chapters. I have noticed all the chapter chairpersons are present at this AGM. Thank you. And we see a more engaged association with a turnout of sisters at association activities like the activities of this week. There also have been challenges, especially with the current economic climate in our country, but through it all, our collective efforts have enabled us to push on. Our knowledge sessions, class assemblies, town hall meetings, arrangements in Abuloma, and etc. This is a testament to the strength and resilience of our organization. As we move forward, our focus remains on continuing to grow our association by building strong governance structures, increasing the value of the association to the sisterhood, and organizing a befitting 50th anniversary celebration in 2025 by God's mercies. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to our keynote speaker, Mrs. Onyeka Emeka, and I look forward to her speech on the theme Uniting for Growth, Development in Diverse and Changing Environment. My gratitude also goes to our Board of Trustees, the national and chapter executives, our class representatives and executives, and my sisters, the members of the association, for the tireless efforts and dedication in our growing association. Let us continue to work together to make this association one that we will be proud of. Thank you for listening as we enjoy our AGM meeting.
Sisters, please, let's keep it coming. Thank you, ma. Thank you. While we're listening to amiable chairperson, our chief host walked in. Lagos has been awesome. We cannot but acknowledge our chief host. Please, let's celebrate Senior Chinwe Sheila Ipoki, CSI. Thank you so much, ma. We've been having an amazing time in Lagos. Thank you for making it happen. I would like to invite, when it comes to Master of Ceremonies, I call her my boss. I've done several trainings under her, and I'm still undergoing training. In fact, each time I have to speak, 5 a.m., I will send her a message and say, please, refresh. You need to do like 1 hour session with me so I know what I'm doing. Please, let's welcome our own delectable Joyce Daniels as she takes this session.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm honored. We'll just have a conversation about memories. 2 memories come to mind for me, and then the microphone will come around, maybe 5 or 6 of us, tell us something fun that comes to you. Memory number 1 was this young, fine girl who walked into the shop where I worked in Port Harcourt. I used to work at Color Crafts on Rumola Road. I was a shop girl. That was after university while waiting for NYSC. And that is owned by Auntie Amie D.K. Emmanuel Georgeville, class of 82. Yes. And so I just loved her from day one when I found out she was an Abuloma girl, and then she was my boss, so sweet. And then one day this young, nice girl comes in. I was like, oh, how much is this? And I'm just talking to her. So she was my mate. Next thing, she was like, oh, you're an Abuloma girl. You should come for the old girls meeting. I was like, oh, there is such. Yes, so this is. She was just going. Oh, it's even this Sunday. Come, I'll come and keep it. And she brought me in that Sunday. We're just sitting together. She's my bestie now. Next thing they said she's class of 80. What? She's not my mate. Because I was like, maybe she was in school when I was there, but I didn't know her. She was my senior dad, She happens to be Chinwe Ekpoki, I'm like, you mean? Wow. Senior Chinwe, I always say to you, I love you more than fried plantain. That I love so much, and people know they don't get between me and my dodo. Memory from Abuloma. Now, I came into Abuloma in JS2 because I couldn't get in JS1 because I didn't score high enough, or So I went to UDSS first. University Demonstration Secondary School, University of Port Harcourt. And there I was a superstar. I had this older sister there that everybody loved and admired. My sisters in Abuloma too, they had their own waves, but this one, she was on another level. So I got everybody like, you're Rosemary's sister. So anybody who wanted to be my friend, you had to go to the library with me during break and write an application letter to be my friend. I did that in UDSS until one kind of student reported to their parents and now came to tell the principal now punished me. So I came to Abuloma, and a few people wanted to be my friends, and I now told them they should write application. They beat me. They showed me that Abuloma girls don't do such nonsense here. Who the hell do you think you are? What is that? In fact, I was kneeling down, handsing up, and picking pin all at the same time. How dare you? After that, I was like, I'm amongst my mates. Fun memories. The microphone is coming to you randomly. And unfortunately, because I know a few people in the hall, I might just bring it to you. Senior Sophia.
Oh my God.
goodness. You're a case, Joyce. But just to say good morning, everyone. And it's such a pleasure to be here. I jumped all sorts of hoops. Thanks to Rosanna. I'm sure she's here just to be here. Oh, great. Great. Just because Abuloma represents such a happy time in my life. I think in terms of memories, there's just so many. But I think it was my first night coming into the school. It was late at night. I think we'd come in from Lagos with my parents. And I was thinking, oh, goodness, where am I? But if I recall correctly, it was, everybody remembers Inky. She's now Pastor Inky. And if she's listening, big shout out to you. So she welcomes me. And it was this Oyibo-speaking girl from yonder who had now come to Abuloma, and she welcomed me with such warm arms. And, you know, that's just started a new chapter of my life that I continue to tap into, continue to be very, very proud about. And just a big thanks for making everything happen today. I'm keen to hear more memories. Thank you.
And now my phone is on. I'm going to take the microphone over. You know, it moves by anointing. Senior Sofa has just baptized me. I'm not sure if I'm using American accent right now or British. It's just on, you know, they come me to go. Senior Sofa, I love you so much. And I'm bringing the microphone over to Senior Gacy.
Okay, it's wonderful to be here. I think I'll just share a memory from JS1. So it was probably one of our first breakfasts, you know. So it was bread, you know, bread and tea, and I don't know if it was egg or something. So I'm a slow eater, so I was still trying to organize my bread when my friend just dipped her bread into the tea. And as she just did it, the seniors on the table just said, no. We don't do that in Abuloma. We do not dip bread into tea. And I was like, thank God, it would have been me. But I think from there, I just, you would not know the kind of things that you are taught. But honestly, the dining experiences were great because we learned a lot. And then there are so many other experiences where you just learn things from your senior sister. So it's been an amazing time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're not only a slow eater, you're also a slow ager. As in, how are you class of 92? Duh. Kimba, you are not my senior, so I'm happy to give you the microphone.
Thank you. Jeez. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, my seniors. I'm a transfer student. I came in from 4, SS1, but my first experience was having to bathe cold water. I was coming from a private school, and I was used to being petted, bathing hot water and everything. I was so homesick. I was missing my mom and my family every day. I cried, and I wasn't feeling boarding house then, but now I really love it here now. I've made so much family, big sisters, big aunties, met family here. Thank you, Abuloma. Thank you, Senior Rosanna. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, why are the tears welling up in my eyes somehow? Okay, I think the time is almost up, so I'll take just one last one. 2. All right. Senior, you know I can't miss you now. Please, ma, you can sit. Thank you.
Yeah, Abuloma, it was an amazing experience in Abuloma. And the experience that I always remember is when you come to the car park and you have to pass through Mrs. Ekagu's, her window is looking into the car park. So as you're approaching the car park, if you're walking like this, you just come up straight and move, And that experience had been with me all the time. That whenever I am talking or somewhere, I just shoulders up and all that. And that's an amazing experience. And looking back right now is that all those that were my class It's an amazing thing. Anywhere I go and there is an Abuloma girl, it's home for me. Anywhere, be it in Kafanchan, be it in Australia, Abuloma girl is there. I need to call her and just say, oh, I'm coming over. And they are picking me up from the airport. That experience is amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So sit up, everyone, chest out, shoulders up, do it the right way. There's this gentleman who was a math teacher in JS1, JS2, JS3, SS1 and he would say, stop saying, he would say, it's not equals to. It is equal to or equals. And then he will adjust his trousers up. His name is Mr. Ogoji. He's still very much alive in Abuja. In his May birthday, and once in a while we chat and we say, Mr. Ogoji, how you doing? I said, pulling up your trousers. His daughter is here. I'm taking the microphone to her. Chinedu Ogoji. Chest out, chest out.
Good morning, everyone. I'm very excited to be here. Abuloma. My dad still says, Chinedu, how do you remember everybody? How do you get to know their faces? I said, because I lived in Abuloma. Abuloma lived in me. It's a place that I don't regret going to. And having a father who is very particular about education, and Abuloma was everything to me. So when sometimes you do some things at home, maybe now, he will say, you're not behaving like an Abuloma girl. Why are you behaving like that? Is that how people behave? Then my younger sister will say, will you stop that? And I'll say, yes, that's Abuloma. Yes, that's how you do it. And I'm excited to be here. Thank you for everyone who has stood by me and bringing me to where I am today. It's an honor, and I do not take it for granted. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Finally, I'll take the microphone to someone who has paid me to be a master of ceremonies at her event. When we met, she didn't know that I was an old girl. It wasn't about Abuloma. It was just about, there was this good master of ceremonies. Yes. And she would do a great job for you. Yes. And she attended an online book presentation that I compared that year when we were all at home, the COVID year, right? And she was now going to present her book. And I was so honored to receive her money, which was a lot of money, I will tell you, that someone would trust me enough with her money. And she added to the fact that I never in my life for one day, maybe because of my Abuloma experience, never, ever, ever believed that women pull other women down. It's people who pull people down. Because women have always been very instrumental to my growth. I can count, in fact, there are countless women who have been good to me, who have lifted me, who have mentored me, and who have paid me. And this woman paid me. And I will never forget that honor. And I love her so much. Senior Chinyere Almona, the microphone is coming to you.
Okay, you owe me one. Jasmine, the land is green. Good morning, beautiful sisters. It's just a pleasure to be here. My memory for Abuloma was the part about discipline. There was a lot of discipline at Abuloma, and I took that away. But this particular one wasn't very positive. So there was a time when they had this rule that we shouldn't eat food from outside. And this particular day, then I think we had some parts of the school where you had uncompleted building. And this particular visiting day, parents had brought food, jollof rice, chicken, rice, oh my goodness. So this a friend of mine, I think her father, my mom brought plenty of things. So we thought perhaps, there's no point taking these things home. It would be good to just eat a bit of it. It would not be good to let your mother take all of this food home. So we went into the uncompleted building and we chopped the rice and chopped the chicken. The following day, visiting day was Sunday, so the following day at assembly, we were called out. I was wondering, how did they see us? Are they spirits? We were called out. Not only were we called out, by afternoon, I was sitting there in my home. We were all packaged to our fathers. Like, I was in shock. It took me a while to recover from the shock. But that was Abuloma. It's full. That's you are disciplined. There are consequences. And it doesn't matter who you are. It didn't matter who your parents were. You'll be disciplined. And I really, really did appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Senior Chinere. Today, regardless of the food you eat from where, nobody's sending you anywhere. Because this food is sanctified for us by us. And to us, yes. So nobody's being sent home today. So I'm chesting out, keeping my shoulders up, and heading back to my seats. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's the reason they call you the Queen of Talk. Please, let's celebrate our own one more time. So have you ever met someone and after talking, after interacting, and maybe after some days, weeks, you just find out the person is an Abuloma, you say, no wonder. Who's a witness? No wonder. I just knew there was something about Abuloma-ish about her. Please, let's celebrate our brand. And I would like this to celebrate for every teacher, both non-academic, that made us who we are. Let's celebrate them. Thank you, wherever you go out. Thank you for maintaining the brand. Thank you. So very quickly, I would just like to introduce someone to you. Her name is... Let me just put Senior in the name, please. I cannot read from here. It's too heavy. Senior Onye Ikena Emeka is a business leader with over 25 years of experience in the telecommunications, logistics, and education sectors. She is currently the Chief Broadband Officer with MTN Nigeria PLC, a leading telecommunication company in Africa. Prior to this role, she has led the sales and marketing efforts for MTN in the B2B segment. She was named one of the 31 female change makers taking the initiative by the Rising Women. A round of applause, please. Let's celebrate our own of the year at the AfriTech Awards 2022 for her contribution for driving broadband growth in Nigeria. She creates a balance by reading, podcasting, traveling, and fashion designing in her spare time. It's on page 12, by the way. Please, sisters with an Abuloma-ish welcome. Let's welcome our own 1990 set. You look just like a primrose girl.
Anyway, good morning, everyone. Good morning, my seniors. Senior Chinere, my Gaia sister, my Rising Tide sister, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning. I think it's right for me to start by, first of all, thanking our national president, our global president, Senior Itoro, and Senior Domo, for actually reaching out to me. They always reach out to me even when I'm so incommunicado. So thank you. And then, of course, a special shout out to my sisters of 90. Oh, yeah. Wonderful people. Wonderful. And I think everything we've said here is so spot on. There's something distinct about Abuloma girls. I walked in this morning and I was like, I don't have my muffler. I don't have my muffler. What? And Ugochi just says, take mine. Take mine. You know, just take mine. It wasn't an issue. It wasn't even a conversation. And that's what happens every time you actually do come across an Abuloma girl, regardless of where you meet the person or whatever year any of those Abuloma girls are from. I've just seen another MTN sister. NJ, how you doing? Yes, so again, thank you very much for having me. This morning, when the topic was shared with me, I said, uniting for growth, development in a diverse and challenging environment. It is so relevant to today's conversations. And I think everybody who has stood up to speak, from the chairperson to the president, everyone, it still resonates, because when you look at it, let's first of all ask ourselves, what is diverse? What does diverse mean, right? Diverse means different. We're different. Different beliefs, different, when you think about the things that make us complete as a people, You think about, your spiritual self, your emotional self, your mental self, your financial self, your social self. All of those present opportunities for, diversity. So people are different. The things we knew, we're telling stories from Abuloma. I don't want to tell my own memory story because then I remember I was so tiny. I was very little. I don't know what food has done. But, I used to be very small. Ugochi will remember. And then I had this mouth that never stopped running. I always had something to say to everybody, and I would just be running my mouth. And then there was this, my darling, dear classmate, Margaret. And one day I was running this mouth, and Margaret beat me into a pulp. So that was my very first reminder of having a fight. And getting beaten. Yeah, but it didn't stop me. I mean, I continued, but I kind of became calmer when I saw people that were bigger than me. Okay, so back to the point I'm trying to make is that, a lot has evolved from that time. We talk about, there's some things that have stayed constant, but there's a whole lot that has evolved. When we were in school, nobody would ask you what are the in-betweens. You were either a she or you were a he. There was no in-between. There was no, either or, don't want to say, we didn't have any of that. When we were also in school, when your parents were speaking to you, what they would be saying is, you need to become a doctor. You need to become a lawyer. You need to be an accountant or an engineer. If you didn't call these four professions, you're on your own. Your parents were not interested in you spending their money doing anything else but this particular lines of business. But today we have people who are making tons of money from just blogging, from creating contents, from being happy, from just being happy. People are making money. So I'm just giving little examples of the changes that, have happened in our time. When we were young, we didn't think about, if it wasn't First Bank, it was Union Bank. I don't know anybody whose father did not bank with Union. UBA, but the old, wise women to with UBA. So like Afri Bank, right? Was there Afri at that time? Yes. So those banks were what we knew. Today, if I ask, I'm sure quite a number of us bank with OPay, Money Points, Palm Pay. Let me throw in MTN's Momo. So we now, things are moving, everything is moving. So that speaks to the environment that we find ourselves in today. So the slides are off. No, it's coming up. Okay. So I just put this as guidance, right? So our conversation today is, going to be a bit loose because we're talking about the realities on ground and how we, as women, we used to be girls, now we're women, how we as women can actually find expression in this consistently challenging and diverse environments that it's not just unique to Nigeria, but is what is now today a global phenomenon across different economies. So we're going to look at a bit of the challenges. So what are the things that impede growth and development? What are those things that they may be global, but they can play locally as well? And then we look at what the opportunities are for us and what are some of those things that we can do as women, right? As women, as sisters, what are those things we can do to ensure that despite the diversities, the challenges, or whatever it is that we are encountering on a daily basis, we are able to effectively harness on our strengths and continue to leverage it. And I must say that we really, for a start, should not take the ability to be gathered here together for granted. It is not something to be trivialized. And it's a very, very strong point because, this morning when I was having a conversation prior to coming here, and I was saying the strength of the Abuloma Old Girls Association is formidable. And I know that many of the other unity schools, they have the same thing. But there's this camaraderie, yeah? I've been looking at pictures for all of this week. And there's a sense of, yesterday, you guys had a party and people were dancing. There was a party, people were dancing, and I was like, this our mommies. This our mommies. They are dancing. It's almost as if you're back in Abuloma. Can we just take a moment to recognize the strength in that unity? It is not something that is found easily in today's times. How many of your kids have graduated from school and have very strong associations? They don't. These are part of the changes that we are facing in our environment. So we'll just, discuss, and then probably some people might share, because I'm not going to stand here and claim I have the final knowledge on what to do, or the things that could help us, unite better. So there might be some ideas across the room. We can also speak to that. So first of all, just to set some basic context, right? So the world is constantly changing, and the environment is going to continue to be diverse. It's not going to stop. There are things that we are experiencing today that we never thought was possible. And there are things that we are going to experience tomorrow that we're not seeing today. So if you take simple examples like the technology space, which is where I play, what you would find is a situation where on a regular, there are changes. On a constant regular, there are changes. 5, 6, 10 years ago, none of us was talking about artificial intelligence. Nobody saw it in any way as something we needed to, focus on. Maybe they were talking about it at the other side, the developed world, but not here. But today, here in Nigeria, you can't have a complete conversation without somebody telling you what artificial intelligence can do, right? It has its positives, it has its negatives. The bits that presents challenges to the environment are the negative parts. Where you sit in your house and you've never had a conversation with somebody, but then they can claim that you did. And they use your voice, they use your picture, right? And so it becomes difficult. So you start to ask yourself, where exactly is the world going? Where exactly is the world going? So as we continue to experience these diverse changes, right, it brings a lot of negativity. Our jobs, the onus on us, is to look for the positives and see how can we take advantage of these changes to drive positive progress for ourselves. That really is what the story is all about. So it's very important, right, that we don't, we don't trivialize how very valuable staying together, working together, driving initiatives together, how important that is. Because if we are not able to do that and do that effectively, there will not be growth. There's something we say very frequently. If you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go with people. So there's strength in numbers. There's strength in the unity. And that is why even as we come together, as we dance, as we laugh, as we do the things we do as an association, we must always remember that enabling and empowering each and every one of us should be critical. Everyone should leave our gathering better than they walked in at any point in time. And it should be continuously progressive. So let's look at some of the things that could actually, impede our growth and development. I've talked a bit about technology. There are so many new technologies coming up, and sometimes you just feel overwhelmed. You say to yourself, how many of these things can I keep up with? They say if I want to do business, I should have a store online. Okay, now I've gone to Instagram. But now they are telling me that beyond posting pictures, I should also start doing videos. I should start dancing. What type of nonsense is that? Why do I have to dance? I just want to sell. And somebody is telling me about something that they call algorithm. What does algorithm mean? Why do I have to be dancing up and down every 2 seconds? And guess what? I need to make sure I do it at a certain time of the day. Because if I don't do it at that time, there's a problem. What type of wahala is this? Then I finally mastered this Instagram. And I started dancing. I even found the type of music I liked. And I started dancing. Then one day somebody comes to me and I say to the person, but I've been dancing for 1 month. And I'm not getting more customers. And then the person says to me, where are you doing this dance? I said, Instagram. They say, you're not serious. There's a new one. It's called TikTok. Then I say, but how does it work? You have to go and learn. But let me tell you, the dancing they dance there, in addition to the dancing, you have to talk. So you talk and you dance. So you, as a person, will say, okay, all right, it's enough. You know what? It's okay. Can I please go back to my physical store? Because this drama is a lot for me. And then let's look at those who, you as a buyer, they told you, shop online. There's no problem. Just shop online. I mean, you don't need to go to every store. The fuel is expensive. Just buy what you need to buy. And then you go ahead and you shop online. You've paid, though. The minute after you pay, that particular handle disappears. And then you start to ask yourself, you call out, they were answering you before. All of a sudden, they stop answering. Maybe they will answer you once, and that once is to say, can you stop disturbing me? So you've lost your money. So these are some of the changes that are coming. And then you're looking at them and you're saying, I don't need, this cannot happen to me again. If I want to buy pepper, I will go to that market. So, and it's normal to resist some of these things. I, for one, as I'm standing here, I cannot tell you I know how to use TikTok. I can't. It's not going to happen. As far as I'm concerned, I'm done. I've sort of said to myself, it's okay, right? This is it. I'm done. I can try for IG. I can try for Twitter. Facebook, I've left sort of. But you see this TikTok, I can't. I'm not going to learn it. No. I can be a viewer, but I will not learn how to use it. But don't be like me. Don't be like me, because that's what we're trying to speak against. We have to be willing to step out of our comfort zone and try to embrace and understand the changes and see what are the positives we can take out of it. Some people actually do some serious good work on these social handles. Whilst other people are looking for how to be, defraud others, people do make money on this. So some of the things that stop us from moving forward are the challenges we have with understanding technology, understanding the changing environment of technology, which is constant. It happens every other day. There's a change. You hear about something new. Businesses are moving in different ways, all towards the purpose of still turning a profit. But you must continue to reinvent yourself. So one of the issues is technology. Another one is the cultural barriers, right? Sometimes you just do not want to, you don't trust, I don't trust, these Chinese people, they are crazy. There's a way they behave. These Indians, no, they are crafty. All they want to do is to just, make money. I'm even going far. Let's bring you home. I should come and deal with Ugochi. Ugochi is an Igbo girl now. God help her. All she wants is money. She's not interested in quality. She's not interested in quality. Lara told me yesterday, so you keep finding reasons not to, get out of your own comfort zone. My people don't behave like this. This is how my people behave. I cannot do business with someone who doesn't think like that. I cannot engage someone who doesn't, see the world the way I see it. These are some of the challenges we have. Sometimes we don't realize that we have those at the back of our minds. But it stops us from moving forward. Another one is our just general resistance to change. And that comes whether we like it or not, with age sometimes. You're so used to the things you do, you really don't want to come out of your comfort zone. You're used to the way you speak. I remember when I first, so by my early days in MTN, not really early, maybe like mid-year, mid-time into MTN, about 5-6 years into MTN. They had this period where they were bringing in a lot of repatriates. That's what I'll call them, because they're Nigerians who lived abroad, and then they would come back to Nigeria. And of course, because they were coming from out of country, they were getting very lovely positions. So I remember saying to one of my friends at that time, I said, I've been warning you since that we should go to that finishing school at Ikeja and go and learn how to speak this English well. You see, you see what has happened now? Now that they're bringing those people that are speaking that English, and they are bringing them and putting them above us. Are you seeing how it's happening? And I remember the lady laughing at me then, and then I said to myself, but this is not right now. You have the knowledge, but because you're not speaking English, super, so I won't lie to you. At that point, I realized that it's beyond having the technical knowledge, right? Sometimes your packaging is also very important. And therefore, I said to myself, I'm never going to have the Supri accent, but I will make sure that when I speak, you can understand me very clearly. And I try and make it as succinct as possible. So you have to consistently, don't just say, no, it's not for me. If that's what they want to be doing, okay, they should carry on. You must find it in you to move out of your comfort zone. The point of growth starts once you step out of your comfort zone. The moment you take on that thing that you're afraid of, that thing you think is a challenge, that's when the growth comes. Just, if you doubt me, try it. Look for that thing that you've been trying to do that you haven't done yet, you've not been able to achieve yet because you're facing this internal resistance. Just take a step. And you realize that the ability you have is beyond what you imagined. So another thing that also impedes us is beyond us, is the market. Look at today. I don't know who has checked for what the exchange rate is. Domo, what did you find, Biko? Because it's ridiculous. I remember when, it should be thereabout. And the pound is 2,300. Yes. And I remember when the pound was 500, and we were like, what's going on? This is madness. But look at where we are today. Now, if you're a small business owner, please tell me, how are you going to survive? Yes, you do need some sort of assistance. So the market volatility, not just in FX, in interest rates, in inflation, in the spending power of the consumers, all of that is consistently changing. But you must feed your family. You must continue to do business. So what does that mean? It means that you need to keep going back to the drawing table to ask yourself, what do I do differently? What are the things that are within your control? Some of them are. These three here are. Right? This is within your control. Stepping out. Speaking to other people. Learning. Understanding. The fact that you have consistently been doing things in a certain way and it was giving you money doesn't mean it will continue forever. You may need to step back and say, okay, what else can I do differently? I used to make clothes and, people used to come to my store and I never really had a lack of clientele. But all of a sudden, I can't find people now. What do I do? Consider selling scarves. Make scarves. Or consider kimonos. Consider something else. So you must consistently look for what else you're going to do. Now, this is not just for those that are entrepreneurs. For those of us in the corporate space, you need to consistently reinvent yourself. Because the world of the future, or the workplace of the future, as we like to say it, is a very flexible workplace. It's not a workplace where they're interested in whether you study technical drawing or you're the greatest finance person. Remember that technology, AI, blockchain are taking over those types of responsibilities. How many of you use ChatGPT? How many of you use Copilot? So that tells you that there's nothing that those people cannot answer. I'm currently doing my PhD, right, with Cranfield. And there was a time I was putting together a paper for one of my chapters. And I had been I will read. I'll go. They'll tell me, no, you've been to do more. Read. I was like, okay, you know what? Let me try. I took the topic. I put it into ChatGPT. What? You know, I had to now say to myself, when you don't be dubious. You understand? Because you see, the thing about academic writing is that for every sentence, you must quote where you got it from. So, regardless of what ChatGPT is doing for you, you still have to do some work. Because you must go back and validate what ChatGPT is saying, right? But back to my point. My point is, so technical expertise is, fading out. Because anybody can do that. If you put the new tablets, the new Apple tablets, if you put 3 plus 4, it will give you the answer, 7. You put 3 times 4, it will give you the answer, 12. You didn't do anything. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what it simply means is that when you look at the skills that are required for the future, it is your adaptability, your ability to be flexible, your ability to change. All of us, when they tell us, when we go for interview, they say, I can adapt to change. But when they tell you, to move from your laptop to a tablet, you say, but this is a demotion. In fact, this is very uncomfortable. When they tell you they've moved your files to the cloud, you say, where is this cloud? That means there's a problem. But we're very quick to say, when they tell me about yourself, you say, I adapt to changes, I'm self-motivated, I can move mountains. I can make it happen. So those things we say, let us start to actualize them. So then the next thing is talking about confidence. So the confidence here is about
of a keynote speaker and a chairperson.
So the confidence and the ability to step out of, like we said, is it ChatGPT? Is it AI? Okay, AI is at work. You see? But that means that we're current, so Okay, so again, it's very, very important, right, that we build our confidence. We stood here, we've been talking about the Abuloma girl, the Abuloma brand. What that simply means is that each and every one of us has a strong streak in us to succeed. Everything we put our hands on, we should put that level of discipline. We talked about discipline. That discipline, they were disciplining us. We told one junior girl, kneel down there, raise up your hand. Kneel down there, raise up your hand. The girl went and reported. They gathered 4 of us and sent us home. So we had the same send home experience. I don't even remember Joy, is that her name? Joy Odogu or so. They sent us home. Joy, is that you? I was wondering. She's not here. They sent us home. All of us told us to go and sit down somewhere. I was the Primrose House prefect then. And I was nicely demoted. So discipline was very, very critical to Abuloma. But you see, it depends on what you now take that discipline to mean. Discipline is what takes you out of your comfort zone. Discipline, that I will get it right. I will get it right is what pushes you. So as we've all grown up now, we shouldn't be thinking about discipline from the context of being the recipients. We should think about it from what that lesson instilled in us. What not to do, what to do. How to be guided, the things you should focus on. Those are the things that get you to the next level. So, again, Joyce, no, I want to know whether it's which year, please, ma?
1997.
Okay. Hello? My chest is out. 1997. You didn't meet me, no, not at all. Anyways, so when Joyce was speaking, right, you could see the joy. She loves what she does. You know, she was very, it just flowed. I was just listening to her and I was like, I just love it when people love what they do. And she talked about how all her career she's been supported by women. My darling, you are privileged. You are privileged. We as women sometimes impede ourselves. And that's the reality. You have a few outliers, you know, people who have done well, and you can always look up to them. Senior Chinyere, you know, I mean, she doesn't know. You probably don't even, you know that Onyinye is there. But you see, I follow you. Every article you throw up, you know, on the Rising Tide and on Gaia. There are few, I like to follow women remotely. I'm your mentee, I must be following you around every 2 seconds. I select women that I believe I like the journey they've taken. And then I study what they've done right. And then I pick from that. And I would advise each and every one of us to try and do that. You don't have to know the women. They don't need to. There are one or two that I interact with, but they don't even know how much I follow them. That I went to Cranfield was because of one lady. One lady. Because I'd been following her journey, and I found out that she went to Cranfield to do her DBA. And I said, if this woman can do it there, it means it's good. And that's why I went there. I told her after the fact, when I met her, Dr. Omobola Johnson. It was after the fact that I told her, but she never knew. So you don't have to know Itosobo to say, okay, Senior Itosobo, I want to be your mentee, and I want to be, let's meet every 2 months. There must be something about, you can have those if it's possible, but there must be something about Senior Itosobo that you like, that you can pick remotely and try to model yourself after that. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Now, when you do that, right, you start to build your own self-confidence. Because you must believe that the person next to you is not different from you or better than you. That ability to understand that is also, again, what pushes you ahead. But a lot of times, we get impeded by that. We call it the imposter syndrome. Where we just stay and we tell ourselves already that we can't do it. I just can't. It's not possible. No, hey, God, I'm not a man. And there's a way they behave in that office. There's always the men that they like to push forward. Really, why? Have you even tried? What are those things that the men are doing that's making them push them forward? So it's very important that you consistently push yourself to the next level and build your own self-confidence. Tell yourself you can. That thing is so important. If you like, after saying your prayers in the morning, as you're walking out, start to self-affirm. Self-affirm. I can do it. I have plans for the day and I'm going to achieve all of them. And when you do achieve it, please take a moment at the end of the day to praise yourself again. Be that lizard. Yes, nobody is praising you. Praise yourself. But you must recognize that you are your biggest strength and you're also your own biggest weakness. There's nobody that is stopping you. You're the one stopping yourself. So let's now look at how can we then, harness on some of these things and take the positives from them. The first is what we're doing. This association, this gathering of women. There's a lot that the EXCO is doing on an ongoing basis. We probably can look at other areas. We can start to do a bit more in terms of empowerment programs, in terms of skills acquisition programs. Maybe when we have access to these programs, we throw it open to the association for people to be part of it, for people to get, continuously skilled. The world we're moving in now is consistently going to become even more entrepreneurial. So we must learn how to sustain ourselves. The next thing is if we look around the room, everybody here is different somehow. No two people have the same face, even if they are twins. No two people, there must be something different. Let us continue with like we've always done. I mean, again, this association is very strong for that. Let us continue to focus on our similarities. That which binds us is greater than that which divides us. It is not about whether we are, I was in 90, I was in 88, I'm Igbo, she's Hausa, none of that. Absolutely. And that point is becoming, it's fading away. They don't recognize that. But our job is to keep it going. To keep it going, to look for ways to make sure that unity, what makes us that beautiful Nigeria, stays together. We are such a powerful force. We just don't realize it. The next is to open ourselves, change, consistently learn. It is never enough. Learning is not only when you sit in a class. Learning happens when you're moving. Maybe somebody drove a certain way. You say, is that how they can drive? Okay, maybe you can park. I'm just using that. Or they cut tomatoes in a certain way. You're like, okay, you can chop it like that. I didn't know. Like today, I found out that if you mix onions and garlic in olive oil and boil it, you can actually use it for your hair. Right? Yes. I learned that this morning. So, and somebody can actually make a job out of, business out of that. You start to sell that oil. So the point is, open yourself to learning. You're never too old to learn. Never. Ever, ever, ever. You never know where that thing you learned will come in handy. And then move across the aisle. Don't be okay because you know yourselves and these are my clique, these are the people I love, these are the people I know, this is my set, this is my person. Move across the aisle. There are things we could do together, So if you have an opportunity and you think Sister A or Senior B would be wonderful for it, please reach out. Don't be a bother, but reach out. Yes, reach out. There's this opportunity. Can you come and help us? We're doing this in my workplace. I would like someone to come and speak. Can you come and speak? Reach out across the aisle. Try as much as possible to step out. Again, the consistent thing is step out of the comfort zone. Strengthen your networks, knowledge sharing opportunities. And of course, in all of this, we have to look at how to make sure that we stay well and stay alive. It's very important. So as we feed our spiritual selves, we must also feed our bodies and our minds. So it's complete. Because what makes you a complete person is your spiritual self, your mental self, your physical self, and then your emotional self. So if we continue to feed all these parts of us on an equal, don't overfeed one. Don't go and sleep in church from morning till night and say it will happen. Balance it. As you're feeding your spirit, feed your mind. Where is your mind at? Are you in a good space? Do you believe you are consistently fulfilling the purpose for which you came on this earth? So it's very critical that you do that. You also make sure that how you're spending or using your physical body is such that you are also giving it the right levels of attention. It's important. And then some closing facts. So unity doesn't mean uniformity. We've agreed on that. We may all have the same muffler, but we're different. Our strength comes in that difference and our ability to harness that. But the collaboration of all of us will bring out the strength that we require to consistently grow. So each of us has unique strengths and, what we bring to the table. And I think that's what I like about the Abuloma Old Girls Association. If it was somewhere else, maybe by now they'll say that girl badly behaved. never to be found. Yeah. But everybody recognizes the strengths that they bring to the table. And nobody is looking down on the other for not being who they are. It's such a wonderful trait. And honestly, I really, really appreciate the EXCO for keeping it going. I didn't start in Rosanna's time when she came searching for me and found me. I've been here since then. So it's lovely. So when we have these sessions, which we have annually, it's an opportunity to renew our friendships, our networks, the strength of why we're together, and build on it for the next year, and spend the 12 months in between carrying out activities, initiatives, and things that will continue to uplift us as people. That is how we will continue to grow. I would like to just leave us with 2 quotes. The first one is from Mother Teresa. We all know Mother Teresa. She says, I can do the things you cannot. You can do the things I cannot. Together, we can do great things. And now, from a man, there is no tool for development more effective than the empowerment of women. So, if you don't take any other thing I said, please take these 2 things. First of all, there's unity in strength. Secondly, we must consistently find opportunities to empower ourselves. Thank you very much.
Sisters, let's keep clapping. Thank you so much, Sinoye. Thank you. Somebody say, wow. Thank you so much. I remember the process of going through finding keynote speaker, and we were asked to make suggestions, and we're just calling, this person, FGGC Owerri, and I was like, wait a minute. Even if we were to have AGM every week, we'll see an Abuloma girl to speak. Do you agree with that? That's how we roll. We're just too much. Let's clap for ourselves. Thank you so much. Be consistent, be open to change at every time. You can learn, unlearn, relearn. Don't say that's how I was brought up. Thank you so much, Ma, for the bullet points. I said it yesterday, Choma started breaking the table small. You know, I came and shattered it this morning. Shatter stereotypes. Thank you. Lagos is just awesome. I don't know if you are a sister and you're not here or listening online. Man, it's been back to back wisdom. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you. We're honored to have you. So let's take reactions, questions. No, we know too much book and we are too wise in Abuloma. So if you have questions, she's here to take. If you have a contribution, so that we just take it all in. Okay. Let's hear from our BOT member, please.
Hello. Good morning once more. My name is Bogofanya Madasun, class of 1982. Thank you. I want to say thank you for your talk. When you first introduced yourself, I said, 1990. Isn't that my baby sister's class? You were my youngest sister Laye's classmate. I didn't even meet you in school. And here you are, a powerhouse. And I look around this room and I'm like, these young girls, they have left us. They have moved us forward. And you guys make me so proud. There is honestly, strength in unity. I run a little clinic. I'm lazy. I want to go to work at 11 o'clock, close by 3 o'clock. That's me. I'm a doctor, but I don't want to stress myself. I have 6 staff on ground, all women. I don't employ males. Somebody has to employ the women. Somebody has to make sure they have a safe place where when they're pregnant, they can sing. Somebody has to make sure that when they have a child ill, somebody will give them a day off. And the person that can do that can understand that, is a woman. Of my 6 staff, 3 of us are from Abuloma. And honestly, when I go to our OGA meetings, my eyes are, what does this one do? What does that one do? If I need somebody in future, if my office needs somebody in future, I'm going to look for an Abuloma girl first before I recommend anybody else. And those are the small things we can do for each other. I told you, Itoro, I said, I have a problem with Abuloma girls coming to meetings and asking, what can I gain from the meeting? No! What can I give to the meeting? That is it. And it is only by you giving that you can receive. You said a lot. You said you said we should learn. My dad is 94. Who remembers the last OGA? Yes. My 95-year-old father came for our 93-year-old father then came for the OGA and sat through the plenary session. That old man.
He's our friend on Facebook.
Oh yeah. He had 4 daughters in Abuloma. Yeah. He had 4 daughters in Abuloma. My dad is on the internet almost every day. He doesn't understand something. He calls me because I like tech. He calls me. He says, "Come, that's a co-pilot. Does it really work?" I said, "Daddy, let's do this. Do this. Then he'll call me back and say, those people are something else. Tomorrow he's this thing." So there is no barrier to learning. I am a doctor. There's EMR all over the place. And I said, I don't like anything I see. So I sat down. How do I create my own EMR? I went to Microsoft because that's what I use, Microsoft 365, and found this thing. So I created my own EMR. It works for me beautifully. Every day you learn. YouTube is a fantastic teacher. The internet is a fantastic teacher. Every day you learn, and then don't learn and keep it to yourself. Share it. Find somebody to share it with. And once more again, I say thank you. Your husband also is responsible for my lovely 2 twins that I had at the age of 45. Wow. He's one of my IVF surgeons. So thank you.
Good morning, sisters. I don't know what to add. We're all feeling it. That's all I will say. There's nobody here that is not feeling it. I have a question for Onyinye. Being in the corporate space, I know MTN has a huge budget for CSR. And as an association, and I tend to notice it with women groups, we tend to struggle for fundraising. It's always a challenge how to break in. And in fact, we were hit once. You know the first OTRFA we had that you wonderfully saved our neck? We had gone to MTN and they had bounced us so terribly. And then another men's group went and they got something like this. In fact, they got it in such an informal way. It was really painful. You know, women now will say, no, it will send you back. You did not put this part in the letter. You did not add this. You did not do this. And then these people got, before the letter came, and were told, redo the letter like this to meet the purpose of why we're giving you. And so for women, I mean, it's a really a major challenge, and I just wanted you to speak on it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question. So there are different ways that you can get funding or monies out of an organization. I don't know which route the men took, but if you went to the foundation is wired to focus on specific types of projects. So if what you put out or came with does not fit into that bucket, it ain't gonna happen. That's the truth. So that's what it is. So what should happen really is a conversation. Like now, you can converse with me and say to me, Onye, this is what we're trying to do. This is what we're trying to achieve. How best do you think we should present it? And then, because that's what the men do, you will be surprised. The men couched it in a way, because I don't even believe those men got it from the foundation. I don't know where they got it from, but I doubt it might be foundation, because they wouldn't have wanted to go through the drama of entering that box, right? So, but if you're looking for funding, the best thing to do is to have conversations. When I understand, or when whichever corporate organization understands exactly what you're trying to achieve, then we will, as the people that are in there, will tell you what's possible, and tell you what can't happen, and tell you how it can happen. Do you understand what I mean? So it's conversation. Back to it. Networking. You have the network. Use it, engage. Because men engage a lot. They engage a lot at past 6 p.m. Nothing stops you from telling me, oh yeah, see, I need to see you. Can we meet for drinks? That's something that guys say a lot that we don't say. Oh yeah, can we meet for drinks at 6? Where do you want to go, or where should I meet you? And I tell you, and we come there, we sit down, we laugh. And I say, how is family? Fine. We talk about family a little. We talk about hair. We talk about our glasses, our nails. Then you now say, I'm trying to get this from MTN. But we, women, what we like to do is we pick up the phone, you call the person, you say, hey, Onye, hi, MC, we're trying to get something out of MTN. How do we, and maybe at that moment in time, I'm doing something else. So I'll say to you, okay, you know what, send me what it is, let me see what I can do. And that's it. So I think it's about using what we have, right? The commitment that those of us that are in there should be able to, at least if we can make, is we will provide the guidance to help to make it easy. But I need to be clear. It has to be aligned with what the company can do. And also, the second clarity is that most companies today are shrinking down on what they do for obvious reasons. So there's also that needs to be borne in mind. So say, for example, you have a project and you plan to finish that project in 12 months. You may want to recalibrate as well and see whether you can extend it, or you look to find more than one sponsor, so that if you get here, you get here, you get here, you get, when you bring it all together, then it provides for value. Thank you.
Thank you. We've heard it from her. We should hang out more. But why don't we even hang out? When you think of... So let me just say this. When we're in university, I used to wonder if they used to give boys extra budget for childcare, because it's the same pocket money, but somehow they pay for your lunch. Why do they get money from? So all right, that's an enlightened note. Okay, Senior Maria, please.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you for asking that question, because it's a perennial problem with women. Me working in this space where I'm always chasing people for money and wondering why I'm not getting the money. So there's a new strategy that we now use, is first and foremost going into their website, seeing what they want and couching it like this, like Senior Nye talked about. And then also having conversation with them, just being their friends. Fundraising is friend raising. You have to make them your friends first so that they can trust you. And I was on a panel recently with a lady called Adeshola. She was on our very first OTFRA conference, Adeshola, the wealth lady. And she talked about a certain kind of intelligence. That was the first time I was hearing that. I thought I was intelligent. But there's an intelligence that is required for networking, which I think many of us don't have. So you don't go with the idea of just getting from them. You want to also network. How can I give to you? That I see you do this. This is what I can bring in. While you're having that conversation, by the way, I also do this. And so you're going with a mindset of establishing a mutually beneficial relationship as opposed to taking. That's what I want to add. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Ian, for that. One thing that has been mentioned over and over again that I really like to emphasize. You asked one thing, that why is it that women like to get and not give? Please hear me out. And I'll tell you what, when I say women, forgive me, a percentage of women. Now, you see, we like to we don't take our time to enjoy and spend on ourselves. And when you want to spend on yourself, gathering people and say, guys, let's go out and have fun. Do you understand? And that's something that we're saying now that we should try and do more often. Call up a few friends. Guys, what's happening this Friday? Make we head. People, I've got to go home. I have to go and cook. I have to go home. I have to go and do that. So I'm just saying that that's something we need to, intentionally start doing. The second thing is that we talked so much about sets and about networking. And I really will say it here and say here again. If you're only in your sets, you are not helping somebody. There's somebody out there in the chapter that needs you. There's somebody out there in the chapter that you need to take you or your child or your niece or somebody to the next level. So I'm just saying this to say, please, if you're not in a chapter, today, find out a chapter and join. Thank you.
Honestly, thank you, Shinogochi, for raising that. If you're just in your set, you're having a serious village meeting. If you are not global, unless you reach out. I was sharing something yesterday that was called some time ago that my daughter was having palpitations, so she wasn't breathing well, and I called Professor Jaja of 1988 set. I said, just get her to the clinic. But before I got there, people, are you trauma? Are you trauma? Prof said we should wait for you. That's the beauty of Abuloma. As in, if you see me, then you think that I'm one director and one. She said, set this. Once I just say, is Professor Jaja. So she's the person. As in, thank you, sisters. Let's keep this sisterhood going. So please reach out. Don't stay only in your set. Okay. Joyce, anytime you want to speak, there's a senior in front of you that wants to speak. I don't want to step punishment.
Okay. Sorry, sisters. I just want to add something to everything that's been captured so far. On the home front, for those of us who have partners, how have you packaged yourself at home? How have you packaged yourself at home? Because we hear, my husband won't hear that. My husband won't have me interact with the girls. My husband is an old boy. He claims, in fact, if he was here, he was on the phone with some of us yesterday. He was screaming, and he's an old boy. He's an Abuloma old boy, unapologetically. And he knows that when FGGC Abuloma calls, he either takes the back seat or follow me behind. If you don't support me, he will tell you, let them not come and ask me for more bride prize. Abuloma girls, he bows for them. So how have you presented yourself? At the time he met you, what was Abuloma to you? For the years you've been together, what has Abuloma been to you? What's your projection for Abuloma? That's my question, and that's my suggestion. And again, even your children are watching you. My children have a phrase. Is it friend, sister? No, they say, Mom, is it friend, sister, or sister, friend? So you know what they mean when they say that. And when I say sister, friend, say, okay. So that means it's likely to be an Abuloma girl. They know. And once there's a certain attitude you put up when you see a fellow Abuloma girl, they just know. And they just blend into it. They own it. This thing means so much to mommy, so this is how much it means to me. So how have you packaged yourself? In your home, in your business, in every way you do your things. Do you step into a place and someone looks at your mien and everything and says, this comportment must be from somewhere? Think about it. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much. I was going to respond to your thoughts about why is it that boys seem to have more money growing up than girls. Isn't that the same allowance? And I hope I'm able to do that. I think it's from two things. But then again, there are so many routes to the market. One is what we say to the children when they grow up. Boys, we usually say to them, you will take care of your family. You are. So they start growing with the mentality and the mindset to be providers from very young. And unfortunately, to a lot of girls, we say, you should know how to take care of a home so that in your marriage, and then we focus on those things that are about home building and maybe not about building enough resources, income to take care of and to provide for. I'm speaking because to a large extent, it affected me for a long time until so many things happened and I shook that off and I make a lot of money now. And then you would find, I have a 22-year-old son who is, there was time Omas called me. Omas is my classmate from Abuloma. And said, your son just finished cooking for me and I paid him X amount of money. He's a chef whilst in school, in university. And he has leveraged my network. He reaches out to my friends. One person called me in Abuja and said, your son just sold me plantain. I said, where did he get plantain from? But he knows that I used to say to him growing up from as young as age 4, and if I had a girl, I'll probably say the same thing to her, that when Rebecca was going to the home of her husband, she went with 5 maids. She didn't wait for her husband to give her the money for maids. She had her own 5 maids. So he knows how to do everything, cook, clean, sweep, go to the market, and he started before secondary school. But you don't have to do everything. You should be able to afford to send your clothes to the laundry from age 20, just because you're making more money and providing solutions to the world. So perhaps we should be saying things like that to our children from very young. And I like that the keynote speaker said that the world is only going to get more entrepreneurial. So we're not preparing our children for jobs. We're preparing them to create jobs, to solve problems, and to build Nigeria together.
Thank you so much, Joyce. I also heard the part that you have so much money, and they said call your friends and take them out. So, is someone calling us this evening? All right, can we take more? Just 2 more comments, questions. And before we do that, we have sisters online. I want everybody to say hi to our sisters online. Hello. Thank you. Senior.
Hello, everyone. I'll just start off from what Joyce said. It's so important for people to know what you love. And, immediately I say Abuloma. My husband will not have any argument to it. My children will also not have any argument to it. So the thing is that we ourselves, do they know what we love? And it is what you put in yourself that reflects in what people see. And that's what we constantly have to do. Yesterday, there was a particular sister, I don't know whether she's here, she was saying that this is the first time she's attending an Abuloma meeting, that the husband, and this is the first time. I didn't hear the whole story, but I just gave her the advice. Did I say anything? I can't remember. But what I want us to know is that, look, the relationship you have with your husband is very key to your growth in life or your journey. You have to be open and be vulnerable, whatever it is. And then you must also find something you are doing, no matter how small, to earn something. No matter how small, you must find something you are doing. Do not put your dependence on your husband. Let him see you as a support. And when he sees you as a support, you see, when people, ask this question, how many of us are signatories to your husband's account? Put your hands up. Now, it takes your husband to trust you to that level for you to be a signatory to that account. In essence, you cannot touch anything in that account without his permission, or you asking him to? Hello? Because there is no point you are living together and there is no trust. There must be trust, whatever it is. Now, your own account, is he a signatory to your account? No. Hello, hello. 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 Why am I asking this? Why am I asking these questions? Now, he is also a signatory to my account. Why am I saying this? He will never go and take any money without my knowledge. Does the same thing, I will not do the same for him. Now, but we all need to bring ourselves to that level of trust. If not, why are you in a marriage? Sincerely, let's ask ourselves that question. If you are in a marriage and you don't have that level of openness in your marriage, then you are not in a marriage. Because there are cases of where you have been married to a husband for 50 years. And all of a sudden, he's having an affair. And all of a sudden, everything in his account, goes away. And you are left alone, as the case may be. But what am I trying to say? In all of this, there must be openness. There must be trust. There must be a level of trust that will bring you both of you to the stage whereby anything you are doing, you are having that conversation. And only then can we move our marriages to a level that even you yourself, looking back, you say, we've come this far. And you can clap your hands and say, why, I've done well. And then just a quick one I want to say in terms of networking. Like you said, that what is it that the association will give me? You give something to the association. You see this my sister here. I do jobs for her. And somehow, fortunately, we are in the same Learning and Development Network International Association. And at meetings, you won't believe it, they will be calling me senior, Yes, because you see, you have built a connection or network that people know who you are, you know who they are. And if we don't have that connection, we are killing ourselves. I'll be in a market and somebody will approach me. Senior, no senior, you see the excitement. 1 hour, we are still gisting. I don't know her from anywhere just because we are in the same platform. That goes a long way. Thank you.
Thank you. So sorry, sisters. That's the much we can take from the comments. But before we take a vote of thanks, let's see our sisters online. A lot of them are on YouTube, actually. We have the YouTube channel up and people are viewing there as well. So please, let's appreciate our sisters. Wave a kiss. Thank you. And on that note, we'd like to call the indefatigable LOC chair to take the vote of thanks.
Hello, sisters. I trust you've been having a great time. Yes. Okay. So, vote of thanks. I want to BOT, past and present, national, chairpersons in attendance, and all my lovely sisters. I want to say a very big thank you for coming to the AGM. The last 1 week, 4 days has been fantastic. We could have prepared and nobody showed. We prepared. Your engagement, your interactions has been awesome. As we round up this session and again start to look forward to the 6th AGM next year, 2025, also our 50th anniversary. I believe we are going back home. vote of thanks, I want to say this. When I was called to become LOC, I didn't want to. But I found out that it works when we jump in. So if you're not doing anything for this association, please, this is the time we need you. The 50th anniversary is going to be louder. We had meetings every other day, every other night. So it's going to be more intense. We need everybody on board. So vote of thanks is not just you have come, bye-bye. We need to come together to do this. We achieve more when we're stronger together. To all our sponsors in cash and kind, a big, big thank you. To the members of the LOC for being there and doing all that you did. Thank you. Thank you for coming once again. And I know we'll be back for this business session right after our break. God bless you. God bless our school. God bless the association. And God bless Nigeria.
Thank you. Please appreciate the LOC chair. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, there's a platform, a WhatsApp platform that has all these unity schools, and these are AGM. I keep posting there. Our national president flags off. They say, "Is this your 50th?" I say, "No. What are you going to do on your 50th if you're flagging off the tour of Lagos? What I said, wait for it. Next year we are coming." Thank you so much. And on that note, may we rise for the national anthem, please. Network, there's a tea break behind there. And know that we'll be back here in another 1 p.m. 1 p.m. for the business of the day. Very serious session. So get ready. Mr. Regis, are you ready for us? Thank you.
Nigeria, our own dear native land, though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace all battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hand unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty Nigeria may be blessed.
Oh, to Abuloma, beyond trams and mighty layout, stands the seeds of education, Federal Girls College, labor up, pro unitate, labor up, pro unitate, on the road to Abuloma, Federal Girls College stands. labor up, go unitate, labor up, go unitate, on the road to Abuloma, Federal Girls College Dance.
Beats.com.
If you know, you know. But if you don't know, you know. Now you know. Now you know. If you know, you know. The big ballers in town. Now you know. Now you know. Forget what they're on them, yes. How much is money? It's nothing. Ballin'. Premium or nothing. Now you know. Now you know. Now you know. Now you know. Forget what they're on them, yes. Undisputed, unopposed, luxury or nothing. Money is talking, blessings on blessings. Forget what they're on them, yes. Agbabola, how much is money? It's nothing. Ballin', premium or nothing. Now you know. Now you know. Now you know. Forget what they're on them,
More music on trendybeats.com. trendybeats.com.
If you know, you know. But if you don't know, you know. Now you know. Now you know. If you know, you know. The big ballers in town. Now you know. Now you know. Forget what they're on them, yes. Agbabola, how much is money? It's nothing. Ballin', premium or nothing. Now you know. Now you know. Now you know. Now you know. Forget what they're on them, yes. Undefeated, undisputed, unopposed, luxury or nothing. Money is talking, blessings on blessings. Forget what they're on them, yes. Agbabola, how much is money? It's nothing. Ballin', premium or nothing. Now you know. Now you know. Now you know. Now you know. Forget what they're on them,
Pictures. There's a backdrop outside, sisters. You can take your pictures outside. Sisters of 92, please. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, please. We need to make use of the backdrop now, please, sisters.
trendybeats.com.
Please, we need to use the backdrop now to present our token to the keynote speaker, please. "92 said thank you. Thank you, 92 said.
More music on trendybeats.com. trendybeats.com.
If you know, you know. But if you don't know, you know.
Hello, sisters. Sisters, we are about to start the second session. We are about to get into the AGM proper. If you haven't had your coffee, have it now. Please take your seats. Fortify yourself with caffeine. Take your mint and get ready to make your contributions to the AGM. I hope you're not just coming. Okay, sisters, take your seats. Take your seats if you don't want to have coffee. We are starting. We are starting the second session.
How much is money? It's nothing. Balling. Premium or nothing. Now you know.
Sisters, we are starting. We are starting. Come in, sisters, we are about to start. Fortify yourself with caffeine. We are about to start. Okay, let us start.
More music on trendybeats.com. trendybeats.com.